Very nice, very nice.
Hmm.
I've always we're gonna get to jazz in a moment because I have a bit of a tortured relationship with jazz as such. I started with this really great jazz musician who was a bit of a traveling hippie named Mark Harris, and he and his band used to play a lot at the Mercury Cafe in Denver. And he was one of those people that was a musician, but he traveled. He kind of taught private lessons, but he traveled a ton. He kept
Hmm.
his expenses low, drove a very old car, and he was always all over the world, going hither, thither, farther, and yon. Um, and I always jazz when it actually has a real format and actually comes together as something can be so wonderful and amazing. But I think a lot of people get lost on jazz because it's gotten so experimental, especially in the last, 30, 40 years. It doesn't really sound like an anything. So what would you tell to people out there who, are kind of like me, that are kind of like, yeah, you can put on some Henry Mancini or something from the 50s, but anything much after about 1975, we can leave that alone. That's
Well, I certainly understand it. I think that jazz has evolved and changed so much, and there is that element that says, well, it's frozen in 1955, and we need to just keep playing that way. But it just doesn't work that way. Jazz leaves New York, it goes to L.A., and it sounds totally different than it does in New York. Why? Because it's a different vibe, it's a different culture out there. So the music changes as it goes from location to location.